You want to get out of the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck and constantly dipping into your savings just to keep up with your expenses. Then find out what one unexpected habit might be stealing your money. Check out the one habit that might be causing your money struggles and learn how to change it. Imagine a habit that is like a slippery slope. It starts small, and before you know it, you're hurtling down a mountain of debt, unable to escape its grasp. This habit is called spendthrift, and it's the one habit that can make you poor forever. An individual who wastes money excessively or overspends money without thinking about their financial situation or future needs is known as a spendthrift. Generally, spendthrifts overspend on luxury items, impulse purchases, and unnecessary expenses, often at the expense of saving money and investing. An individual who is referred to as a spendthrift is someone who lacks self-discipline and financial responsibility, and who is likely to encounter financial difficulties due to the way in which they spend. As a rule, a spendthrift is the type of person who is always looking for a new fix, whether it is a shiny new gadget, designer clothes, or fancy meal at a restaurant. It is that habit that tells you to live a little and treat yourself. But in reality, what it means is that you should live beyond your means and treat yourself to financial insecurity. The worst thing you could do is let spendthrift take over your life and drown you in debt, unable to save for the future and unable to make wise investments. You are a prisoner of your own spending habits, and the future looks bleak. As such, in order to avoid a lifetime of financial hardship, it is crucial that you break the chains of spendthrift and cultivate a habit of living within your means, saving for your future, and investing in your financial stability in order to avoid a lifetime of financial hardship. After all, being a millionaire in your own right is much more satisfying than being a slave to debt. There is no doubt that many people are familiar with George S. Clayson's book, The Richest Man in Babylon, which discusses some of the habits of wealthy individuals, such as living below their means, saving a portion of their income, and investing in profitable companies. However, the book also warns against the habit of living beyond one's means, which leads to excessive debt and financial insecurity if left unchecked. Essentially, spending more than you could afford, relying on credit to maintain a lifestyle you cannot afford, and failing to save for the future are all habits that can keep you poor for the rest of your life. In the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, the worst financial habit is spending before earning. No matter how much money you make, if you prioritize paying big corporations and buying luxury items you do not need, you will never become wealthy. In order to become wealthy, the rich have to save, invest, and build wealth, while the poor make the rich richer by indulging in expensive items and incurring debt. In order to get rich, you need to pay yourself first, save, and invest. Here are some more specific examples of the spendthrift habit and its consequences. Number 1. Impulse purchases. It is the habit of buying things you don't really need, on a whim, and forgetting to consider the long-term impact on your finances. Maybe you see a pair of shoes on sale, and before you know it, you've spent a month's rent on a new wardrobe. Number 2. Living beyond your means. Basically, spendthrift encourages you to live a life of luxury, regardless of the fact that you can't afford it. This might mean leasing a luxury car, taking expensive vacations, or dining out at fancy restaurants every night. Number 3. Ignoring savings and investments. When someone is a spendthrift, he or she is habitually more concerned about the immediate gratification than their long-term financial security, thus neglecting to save for emergencies, retirement, or other important financial goals in the future. The consequences of the spendthrift habit are far-reaching and long-lasting. If you continue to live beyond your means, you will find yourself in a cycle of debt and financial instability. To make ends meet, you may need to work multiple jobs or sacrifice your standard of living. You will also be unable to save for the future, leaving you with no financial safety net for the future. When you have the spendthrift habit, you'll end up poor forever, preventing you from achieving your financial goals and limiting your ability to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Thus, it is imperative that you break this habit and adopt a more fiscally responsible way of managing your finances in the future. Don't let the trap of overspending rob you of financial freedom. Adopt the habit of putting yourself first, saving and investing to secure a wealthy future. Break the cycle of poverty and take control of your finances now. Say goodbye to the habit that keeps you poor and discover the solution to financial success. Watch this video now for the key information you need.